Crypto market is a little boring lately and you might feel like, I'm gonna do something else. But this is exactly the moment where you want to pay attention to the crypto market. So going into Q3, I have a strategy for altcoins, when to buy, when to sell, what to buy, what to sell. And I want to share that with you today, because if you don't prepare today, then you won't make money when the market is up there. So let's get into that. So where are we now? Planet Earth. Correct. Welcome to the FOMO Factory. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. And this is where the altcoin market is at the moment. It's now sitting at $267 billion, same as where it was in February, right? Or even February last year. So it's boring, right? But is it weird? You know when else it was going sideways for more than a year? July 2022, February 2023, October 2023. What was that period? There's no interest. So what do you do there? Do something else? Or strategically get into altcoins that you believe in and build a plan in the time that you have time to do so. And even here, in the top of the bull market of 2021, we were at the same level in April 2021 as October, as March 2022 or May 2022. In the last cycle, it was even worse, right? We were in August 2018 and we were at the same level in April 2020. Again, the parabolic phase will come. It will come in every single bull market. And it's not a guarantee, but it's betting on the fastest horse, of course. And if you wait until you have FOMO, then you are too late. So when it comes to buying altcoins and getting ready for Q3, potentially Q4 already, what are the things that I'm paying attention to? What are the things that you should pay attention to? Well, first of all, what you want to look at are altcoins that are not just driven by hype, if you know what I mean. Meme coins are driven by hype. AI coins are for a big part driven by hype. The made in USA coins are partly, for a big part even, also driven by hype. But one thing to understand is that whenever retail comes into the market, what will they use? A DEX and or a CEX, because you have to buy and sell somewhere, right? So whenever retail is coming in, then these are at least the coins that will perform well. It's boring maybe, but if you want to have a little more certainty and don't be depending on pure hype, you can take a look at coins like Uniswap, for example. Uniswap is the native token of Uniswap, right? The biggest DEX out there. What's the use case? Who cares? Nothing, actually. But if you look at this coin has been going sideways for 3 years right now. And of course, it had its spikes to the upside and a little spikes to the downside, but overall, you are at the same opportunity as where you were 3 years ago. Against Bitcoin, you have not the same opportunity, right? On its Bitcoin pair, it's lower because, hey, Uniswap went sideways, Bitcoin went up. But we are now not at the stage of the market to still be betting on the Bitcoin dominance train, in my opinion. The Bitcoin dominance had a run and everybody now came to the conclusion like, you should be in Bitcoin. Yeah, great that you realize that, but timing plays kind of a role in these kind of things. That's what you should have done here, maybe even here, right? But to do it after or during the parabolic run, yeah, okay, great that you build that knowledge. Now apply that next cycle. Right now it's time for alts, in my opinion, again. So if you look at Uniswap, for example, in March it had a spike and in December it had even a bigger spike. So it shows that when the market allows Uniswap to run, it runs. Now, is the biggest opportunity out of the window? Yeah, the lowest side of this range was between $4 and $5 and it's now $7. But you have to remember one thing. Stop trying to time the bottom, okay? If you here felt like, yeah, it went to $2.03 and now it's sitting at $4. Never mind, right? Never mind. It's not the best opportunity ever again. You could have still rode it from $4 to $46. Right? You could have made an 11x, but you were waiting for another 50% discount. Sometimes you have to realize this is where we are in the market. We are not in this situation anymore. Will we get there? Hey, you know who can answer that? No one, nobody can. And that's the thing. So are you going to put all your money on the fact that it will or will not go there? Therefore, I recommend DCAing at all times. And the same goes for BNB. The same goes for Trader Joe. The same goes for a lot of these DEX or CEX tokens. Narrative check. We only need people to use crypto, and these coins will probably do very well no matter what. Now, great news. It's player versus player. Who are we playing against? Nobody. A few people that believe that this time is different. It shouldn't be hard right now, but it's a patience thing, right? So the narrative, if you don't want to be too speculative, what's being used anyway? Ethereum, but mostly DEXs and CEXs, right? Again, when I look at what I want to buy, I think about timing, right? Timing is the most important thing. I've said this many times. You can buy a total crap coin in the middle of a bull market or at the beginning of the bull market and do very fine. Or you can buy a very good project at the top of the bull market and still get wrecked. Overall, timing is like way more important than the type of coins that you are in. And I think the biggest mistake people make is they look at the type of coins and timing, I don't know, like, please, it doesn't matter what the fuck you buy. It matters a bit, of course, but if you have the timing correct, you have done 90% of the job already, actually. Now, if you're interested in the Alpha Factory, we share a lot about timing, but also putting coins against each other if you're not convicted about a certain... who do you think you are? P. Diddy? It's not convicted, it's convinced, you stupid Dutch asshole coin, and you feel like, oh, I want to sell it for another one, pair them against each other. And that's one of the things that we do in the Alpha Factory. And if you want to get on a one-on-one call with me so I can actually take a look at your portfolio and maybe think with you a little bit, no problem. We can do that every once a 3 weeks, a month, whatever you prefer. It's a real exclusive community, but it's really also for the people that feel like, I really want to do something extra because this market is full of golden eggs. Right? And I'm sitting here with my fat ass on a chocolate egg, spilling all over my pants while getting wrecked. Alpha Factory, link down below. Do check it out. It's worth it. So these are the two most important factors when it comes to buying. So when I am buying altcoins right now, I'm not thinking about like, hey, what could the hype be? It's more the hype will be that there will be retail. And you want to think like, what are they going to use no matter what? So that combined with a good timing is key. More specifically, timing, again, the altcoin market on the dollar pair is sitting pretty low when you look at this channel. But also, if you look at how the Bitcoin dominance is sitting, right? You have to understand Bitcoin is over 100K. So the dominance doesn't have to fall that hard, or a lot of liquidity already flows into altcoins. People now say, oh, will we ever get alt season? Probably. But do we need it really? With 110K Bitcoin? I doubt it. I doubt it really. In the altcoin market itself, the dominance for the altcoin market is sitting at cycle lows. Yeah, there are two things that you can do right now. You can say to yourself like, oh, I'm scared. Or you could say to yourself like, you know what? I admit it's maybe a little scary, but hey, when is the best opportunity to buy? When things are low or high, right? We all know the answer to that. And then there's a third thing that I keep in mind when it comes to buying altcoins. And that's also a little bit with a part of my portfolio thinking like, hey, where could the hype go? My conviction, which in last year played out very well, and I think it's going to play out even better this year, are launchpads. Because whenever the market goes up, people make money. They realize when we are here, like, hey, I am not early anymore. So it's not that easy to make money right now. How can I make money then? Oh, buying into new projects. Nice. I have money, so that works. And then they go look at Launchpad tokens. I would say that there are three that I am really bullish on. Of course, one is CeDeFi. CeDeFi is the blue chip launchpad. And you can see that this is just doing what the market does, but it's just way more volatile. Whenever the market is doing well, people gamble into new projects. CeDeFi did a 10.5x right here. But when the market is not doing well, you can see that it sells off a lot harder as well. So if you have conviction in the rest of this market, then these launchpad tokens are basically getting into the crypto market on leverage, to put it like that. Plus, you can participate in these launches. Another one that's doing great is ChainGPT. I spoke about this a couple times. They're building their own layer 1 right now, but they did everything kind of right from the start. The chart is looking really healthy right now. And I think that whenever the market heats up, this is going to be a big winner. And then among these launchpads, there is one that's more high risk, high reward. purely based on how low the market cap is, because the market cap of this project, yeah, it's not much compared to Seedify or ChainGPT. But if you look at Decubate's chart right here, it also shows like, wow, whenever last time we were sitting at these levels, it did a 22x or something. We are now back. It just shows like there is nothing wrong with Seedify. There is nothing wrong with ChainGPT or Decubate. The market was just going down like a crypto market does, right? It goes up and it goes down. And then when it goes down, people don't feel like investing in new projects. Their current portfolio is in the red. Why should, take more risk on top of that? But that's something I see it like, that's where the opportunity is. So these are the type of projects that I believe in. And for the longer term, I also have some RWA, I have some gaming, I have some Leo ones. I have my coins outside of what I already talked about. And also in the Alpha Factory, there is a link where you can follow my portfolio. You can track it in real time, all the transactions that I make. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. But overall, I think if you stick to this, you will do completely fine. And if you look at the range of the altcoin market, you just simply don't want to overcomplicate. Buy at the lower side of the range, sell at the high side. Where are we compared to the upside? We have so much to go. Let me know down below, what's your strategy? Sitting, waiting, leverage trading, taking profits, shuffling coins, whatever it may be. I want to learn from you as well. Now, there are also things that I'm avoiding because not everything will be a winner. One is meme coins. They could be one of the bigger gainers, but it's also because there are a lot. There are like 30 million meme coins. If 100 outperform really hard, then still the ratio is fucking terrible, right? So I'm not gonna burn my fingers on that. The things that I'm also avoiding are the really high risk, high reward projects because we don't need it. There's so much liquidity in the market right now. The altcoin market is sitting really low. The total crypto market has more than $3 trillion in it. If you look at certain altcoins being so low in market cap and liquidity, it needs less than 0.001% of this share to completely 10x. So why would I go really high risk, high reward? Just not worth it. You can make perfectly good gains at the relative safer altcoins. For example, Engine Starter was a launchpad that I back in the day said like, hey, this is my high risk, high reward kind of project. The market does show like, hey, in this type of market, all these high risk, high reward projects, they don't pay off because these teams don't know how to handle it. They now have a liquidity of $9,000. You literally cannot even buy or sell this token. It has completely died. Why would you burn your fingers on that in this type of market? My Seedify made me a lot of money, right? ChainGPT did as well. So it compensated. But Engine Starter, yeah, you have to face sometimes you will have a loser there as well. But to buy into the losers because you feel like, well, if this goes back to, it won't go back, right? There is no liquidity. So try to let that go and go with the ones that are actually safer. Safer doesn't necessarily mean lower reward. Matter of fact, safer is often way higher reward. So to wrap it up, my strategy right now is to DCA into these quality projects over the coming months. And altcoins on the Bitcoin pair are just sitting in an accumulation area. Whenever this goes up, the party really starts. Then it's about getting out. Now, again, third chill, I know it's a lot, but in the Alpha Factory, I also share my dollar cost out strategy very much in detail. But overall, I use GTFO for that. There's a link down below. You don't have to sign up. It's free. It's just a platform that I honestly feel like you should use to walk away with the gains that you eventually make. And I'm then DCAing out. And the most important thing is, I'm not trying to DCA out at the top. I'm not trying to DCA out close to the top. I have my goal, and when I reach my goal, I will get out. The goal is to reach your goal. That's it. And I think that Q3 might surprise us in a pretty positive way, and always keep some spare cash in case the market does go down, right? Even if you will never use it, you feel way more calm. Since I have cash, my hair came back. People said I had a transplant. I don't know. I just have a bag of cash, bro. No, that's you know, but it really helps putting your mind at ease. If the market does go down, it's not a bad thing. So thanks for watching. Again, let me know your strategy. I'm gonna do an update on this strategy occasionally. For now, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on if you like the video, and make sure to don't miss anything. Again, these are the boring times, but I can promise you, these are the times where you want to be. Otherwise, the pump that's coming means nothing for you. And you might feel like there won't be a pump. What if? What if? And you are not prepared. You waited 4 years for that. Bye-bye.